I'm doing pop culture, entertainment, things like that, of course following Manson when I can. Now, the thing is, I covered Depp vs. Heard extensively, about a video or two a day, for about 2 years, and a little of Manson. But while covering Depp and Heard, I wasn't able to keep up on the details of Manson, but at this point, I'm going to be covering it more. So I wanted to do a couple of little overviews here. Now, this is from the Manson cases, who's been helping me out behind the scenes, sending me some great stuff that I want to get to more too of that I said already. So, what she has here basically is proof that Marlyn Manson has receipts. There's a lot of documentation that he's got, legal documentation that shows Ilma Gore, who is Evan Rachel Wood's partner in crime, you could say, Evan Rachel Wood herself, Ashley Smithline, and Esme Bianco have done some not so good things. Not on, the Amanda level bad things, but they've done some stuff that makes them look very, very suspicious and not credible. So, if you've been following me and also a little bit of Manson, and you're thinking, well, maybe he did do it, we're going to go through more evidence here, more court documents, and more facts, so you could see, in the same way Johnny does, he's got a lot to show as to why he thinks these people are not being so honest. So it starts off updates in Marlyn Manson versus Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore. This relates to the anti-SLAPP hearing scheduled for December 1st, 2022, which obviously happened. So let's go over some pointers that took place at that hearing. There's a lot to break down here, so I'll try my best. In the meantime, there's also my Twitter thread with a larger breakdown and takeaways, which I'm going to link below, by the way, Manson Case's account. Michelle Meyer, a practicing attorney, provides a declaration. Her phone number is listed on the fake and forged FBI letter Evan Rachel Wood submitted in family court. Right, so that's one of the big ones. Evan Rachel Wood is somebody who faked an FBI letter, which is actually a felony. Biggest takeaway, Gore claimed her and Wood had been collecting evidence against Manson for up to 3 years, putting it around 2017 Me Too movement, but we haven't seen that evidence. Alright, we'll have to wait for it to come out in court, but as you guys know, these days, usually you could get your hands on some evidence. Like with Depp vs. Heard, for example, we knew a lot of what was coming up in court, and most of it that came up was like, yep, now everyone knows about that. Up, now that's out. But we had known from Twitter, Instagram, certain YouTubers even for a long time. So my point is, it's really hard to keep things a secret these days. Michael Cunnell, a Secretary of Technologies, provides a declaration. Biggest takeaway, he forensically acquired the data stored on a broken iPad once owned by Ilma Gore, possession. So, Ilma Gore claims some stuff she had against Manson, or some evidence she had, or some important things she had, was on this iPad that happened to break. Looks like it really did. You never know if they smashed it themselves, but okay, it was broken, and this guy Michael acquired some information from that. And she says Howard King, who's Manson's attorney, has a declaration. They've got screenshots from Instagram, more and more evidence of people working behind the scenes, talking stuff that wasn't exactly true, and that stuff will be shown in court. More details to come as the week goes on. 2 screenshots show Ashley Waters, Manson's former employee, accuser, and someone who sued Manson civilly, proving logins and password information and sharing them. So basically, she gave out his passwords, login information, stuff like that. Why? What was the point? I thought she was a victim. I thought he did all this stuff, and what's she doing there? It's not the norm. I honestly can't say I know anybody who's ever come to me and said, hey, you want some passwords and login information? I've never thought of trying to get anyone's for any reason whatsoever. Pretty fishy to me. So it looks like they got some screenshots of her actually sharing it. So that's how they knew. She deleted it, but as we know, deleted stuff pops back up, people screenshot, it gets saved, so deleting is not a way to get rid of anything anymore. Like I was saying, there's one pretty big receipt Manson's got. Also included are 5 declarations resubmitted from July 2022. Marlyn Manson attorney Howard King, attorney Blair Burke, groupie actress Paula Weiss, YouTuber Greta Aurora, not purchased yet. Review July 2022 as exact same. Two oppositions for motions to strike anti-slap, one for Evan Rachel Wood and one for Ilma Gore. Objection to defendant's evidence mostly argues hearsay. And yeah, there's a ton of hearsay. Like Phoebe Bridgers, that rock star, says she was at a party when she was 17 and heard Manson say all this stuff about that secret room he's got. Okay, so I guess she read that on the internet and just repeated it. That's hearsay. That's big time hearsay. But she's on the list as someone who's accusing him, of course, out of that big long laundry list. Opposition to a declaration from Gore which references internet articles as evidence. Okay. Yeah. Not going to be using the Daily Mail, the Sun, or any of that garbage in court and saying, hey, look at this article that was written. This is evidence. Okie dokie. Once again, doesn't sound so legit to me. Two filings related to filing unredacted portions under seal. So as you could see, this gets pretty complex. This is not a case of Marlyn saying, I didn't do it, I didn't do it, they have no evidence. He's actually got things that contradict them in the same way Johnny had things that contradict Amber. Now, there's no audio, there's no big silver bullet like that. However, there's a ton of trails of paper and there's a ton of screenshots and things like that. Here you can see the documents. They're about 20 pages long each, all declarations, all legit, all court filings. So the main point I want to say right now is if you're undecided about Manson, keep in mind there's a lot of facts to go over here, and there's things that'll probably surprise you about Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore and the other accusers. It's not as simple as looking at the surface and thinking about who's right, who's wrong, look at this person's image, this and that. If you want to make up your opinion, it's best to go through these documents, get some facts, and see where we're at, and not just think about some number in your head about so many women accusing him and Rolling Stone and that kind of garbage. Who's playing the narrative? Let me know what you think down below. Like I said, Manson cases will be linked below, and I'm going to make an effort to get to more of this next week, because there's a lot here. Consider subscribing, and if you don't, I'll be pretty sad about it, but I'll get over it. See you next time.